Recording. Brian will hop on soon. What I'll do, guys, since it's kind of pre-New York session here, see if I can bring my video on. Oh shit. I don't know where this video is at. Anyway. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna run through, because I haven't even looked at anything for today. So I'm gonna just run through the pairs and see what we could potentially buy or what we could potentially trade with. Let's see. This. Let's check on the Almighty. Let's go up to the 4-hour. Shit. All right, we've got this. This is what we were trading yesterday. We were on GU, bumping up to the weekly. I'm still very bearish on GU. Let's take this. So still very bearish. Price broke this support level, retesting it now as resistance. Let's get this person in. Let's go down to the daily time frame. So look how the daily time frame, we anticipated this going into the week. Either price was going to continue lower or start to pull back, inch back. And look how this wick's forming. So we're starting to get that rejection. So this could then be that next kind of lower high point that we're looking to get in on. Let's take this off. Where the hell can I take this off? Off. What's up, Brian? Get Brian in here.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? My computer has been just struggling today.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
I don't know what the deal is with it, but I'm just looking at GU. I think it's something with my monitor, some of my HDMI cord is all fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. My charts are lagging right now too, so don't worry.
It's all good. I'm just running through right now, looking at GU. The Almighty had a little dump just now.
Yeah. Yeah, pull G up right now.
Here. So yeah.
Yeah, GU is at an interesting point right now. Because yeah, it's right at that, it's in between those value zones. So
right. Yeah, I have that overlap here. Or not overlap, yep. It kind of like ends right where it starts.
Yep. No, it's just two edge values, right? Top and bottom. So that's just a good place for price to react, right? So we could see price kind of find support here. You know, we'd still kind of wait for that break and retest, sort of, you know, on this lower time frame, you know, or for that bearish move, just wait for that retrace anywhere below the VWAP and wait for the bearish momentum to kick in off the VWAP. And yep, exactly.
Yeah, so potential trade definitely right here. This would be a great trade. Get that one going. So we'll wait on this one. So the whole name of the game right now, guys, is I have these zones that are drawn based on volume profile. So this is telling us what area. How would you describe this line, Brian? This is like the area that had the most volume.
Yeah, so it's called the point of control, and that is, yeah, where the most volume or transaction have taken place at that price point. So yeah, so based on what you've drawn, Angelo, it's just a composite of what the 2 or 3 days that you've highlighted. So if you pull up like the daily volume profile, it'll show the point of control per day. So it's just a way to mark saying, okay, there was a lot of transactions taken at this price point, so it's more likely we'll see price react to this level, either as support or resistance.
Yep. Yep. Let's see 1 second. All right, so technically, when does the volume normally kick in? You feel like 9:30?
Yeah, usually around 9 is when it starts. Yeah, right around this time is when we're kind of sizing up positions, hypothesis for the day, and then yeah, anywhere between 9 and 9:30, things start to move pretty well.
All right, so you got
Especially if there's like any news, which I don't think there's really anything high impact. There's like imports and exports. Actually, I think that just came out, but I don't think there's anything high impact to really move price short term. So should just be par for the course today.
Yeah, guys, and these moves are gonna happen fairly quickly, or they could play out quickly, or like we've seen. I mean, GJ yesterday that we got in on the session, we if we stayed in, we would have ended up like 1.5%.
Yeah, GJ was tough. Yeah, it's because, like I said, personally, I tend to close my trades before the market closes at 5. Because yeah, price was just like heavily just consolidating. Price was just getting tight and tight until the close. And then yeah, price ended up dumping, into the early Asian session, and then price shot back up. So yeah, a bunch of shorts got caught offside off that initial dump. It did hit our first TP at 1498, so like it still respected that support zone. So that was, yeah, that dump was almost just like catching shorts off sides, right? Like the bulls.
Yeah, this was the short. We shorted here, and then it came up. We closed here, and then it ended up TPing down here.
Yep. Yeah, never had our final because I know we were targeting 149.5 as our lower point, but that's why that's personally, I know you have done that too, where it's good to always scale out profit positions like that, just to we at least cover. It's kind of what happened in yesterday's session, right, where we covered ourselves at least 50%, and then kind of let the rest sit. So it's just another good thing to do from a psychological standpoint, right? Just grab some profits and cover yourself and let the trade ride out.
This thing's jumping a little bit. We got Usap on the comeback right here. So guys, on the higher time frame, on the weekly, this thing had been bullish, broke resistance, pushed up, broke resistance, pushed up. Then we had this big push down last week. Now we're coming back up to potentially retest this area. So bears stepped in last week for sure. And then the daily time frame, we've got this support level right here, which was broken. Now we're below that. We're testing it. So let's go ahead and draw some actual zones on here. We can see the 4-hour as well. Support broke, never retested. Support broke, never or actually did retest this levels. Support broke here, retested perfectly. Now we're breaking this level, retesting it perfectly. So let's see how we can size this one up for a potential trade. Bring on our trusty old tools here. So we've got a couple. All right, so let's go over drawing this zone right here. So obviously this is a nice overlap. And then this one's a nice overlap as well. These two. I mean, really even these three.
Yep, I would go all three.
Get this. Yeah, I would go all three. And then you're saying since this is kind of overlapping this one, or actually it's on the edge realistically.
Yeah, they're not overlapping enough, so those would be two separate zones you can mark.
Yeah, that's solid. So we have this one. So guys, see how we're drawing this box, and then we have this one down here. So these are two separate zones that we have. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this. So this is coming into a great area right now, realistically. This is the 30-minute, but on the all the way down to the 5-minute. Let's take this off. Let's take this off. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guys. So we're getting that rejection, but this isn't enough here. Do you have a lower zone drawn as well here? Let's see.
Oh, and Usap?
Or do you not have a Usap marked out? Let's see.
No, I think I do. I haven't updated it in a while.
Let me see if I can bring on something here. We got.
I do have a lower zone between 918 and 916, but it might be
Yeah, I can see one down there. Let's see.
yeah, that zone's back from October last year.
October last year.
Yeah, the zone I have marked up between 918 and 916.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, there's one 918, 916. Okay, yeah, I see where you're pulling that one from.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, this. So guys, we're just looking with these tools for two of these. What would you call these? These areas? What is this called? The volume profile.
Yeah, yeah, I would probably just call it like a value area, right? Just because like the theory is, it's usually marked, it's sort of like that bell curve, right? Where you can view your point of control as like the average, and you know, that value area is usually marked. It usually covers 70% between the average, so it's 35% on each side. So it just gives you the general idea of where the majority of the transactions are taking place.
Mm-hmm. Let's move down. Now, as we come down to, so there's really nothing doing on this pair. because we don't really have a zone down here to have confluence.
Yeah, no, because like if it's in between zones, then it's either going to, we're either going to reject off this edge of value and shoot back down into the previous support, or pop back into it, because the theory is that price is going to look for those value areas. So if it's in between those zones, we're going to expect price to trend or pop up and down. But just for like an intraday trade, yeah, we're definitely going to have to be a little patient. There's a bit of a trend establishing on, let me look at what I got here. Yeah, it's just weird because it's like it's starting to flatten out, you see, where it's just like it's not pointing up definitively.
Right, this is flat.
Yeah, so it's starting to flatten out a little bit. Yeah, I just don't have any confidence in a trade right now with this. Nothing's like really super clear, so this is another one just to wait on. But yeah, I would I would anticipate more of a, yeah, like wait for a double topper or something like that.
Say you were to take a trade on this. Close this window. Say you were to take a trade on this, what would you target when it's I guess per se flat, hypothetically, the center?
Yeah, so like I say, if we're doing what we call like the mean the mean reversion, if we're shorting off the extension, yeah, first targets would be the VWAP, and then the second would be the opposite side. So we would target the previous low of the day, which would be like 9185. But yeah, I would typically scale out around the VWAP, just because, yeah, that's just like another point of price possibly reacting or finding support.
Let's take a look at something else because this is not looking too hot.
No.
Let's go to line up. Oof, this is. I mean, this isn't really. Would you consider this to be trending? Yes, because it popped up.
Yep. Yeah, it's trending now. Like I said, right now it's only really established at the VWAP.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have to be a little patient. But like even then, the trend could pick up a little bit, so we could find support above the VWAP. The pullback could be a little bit shorter, especially given that context you have at that value area. We could be looking for price to pull back to that edge of value that you're hovering over right now and enter long there.
Like this.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. So we'll stay on the sidelines with this one. This thing is looking really ugly. Dude, EU, man, trade of the week. Missed out.
Yeah, it popped like crazy yesterday.
Yeah, that thing just
You moved more than most. Yeah.
shot up. Let me take this off. Let's go to, so now we're popping above. Now we're popping above this zone, rejecting it pretty well. Let me just take this off. Stop reminding myself. Reminding myself of my losses, my missed opportunities. Oh wow, this thing is looking fucking hideous.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's sitting above the value zone, but the VWAP's like pretty flat. So
It's flat as hell.
yeah, it's the thing. It could just end up being like a tight range today. So here's the thing. If price pops up to previous highs around 197, and we see some bearish momentum kick in up at that level again, then that could be a possible short. Yep, and just play stops above previous highs.
Oh shit. Shit. All right, so
Yeah,
yeah,
not much happening right now.
so yeah, we've got Usap. We need, or not Usap. Which one was that? I know that was on my other watch list. So EU looking for this potential move up to here and then back down to the center. It's freaking arrow. And then we've got GU. Oof. We need GU to come up. Go. This. Is your screen fucking doing all right over there?
Yeah, mine's all right. It's starting to
Let's see this.
normalize a bit.
All right, so we already went over EU. Let's take a look at the almighty GJ.
GJ actually looks
GJ looks nice to be
all
honest.
right. Yeah, because if you look back at yesterday, previous supports now flipping resistance. So this is what we were looking for yesterday, 149.9. You know, was respected as support in yesterday's session. Now we have price consolidating a little bit.
Yeah, we also have this like this fucking closure yesterday was nice, long wick, evening star. Let's see.
This could be a good.
Let's go down to the 30. 30-minute just broke. This support up here, this support right here. Let's get down to the business.
This might be a good short now. This is starting to pick up some steam. We got 2 minutes left on this 5.
Yeah, this would be the short, and then stops would be what, 30 pips?
Yeah, no, you could play it even tight. You could play it to like 150. We could turn into 30 pips now, but 15 pip. I don't think you can probably just bring it down to the VWAP or above, you know, or yeah, I would go like 150 flat probably at this point.
$150 flat.
Yeah. Just because we have that resistance there and
then what we would target first this 149,750, and then just this low.
yeah, we'll just go ahead and target the low at 149.6-ish somewhere.
Let's see, we gotta wait. It's about to.
Yeah, honestly I would take this short right now.
This, yeah, I'm about to get in. How do you calculate your
Yep.
your stop loss? Do you use an app?
Yeah, I just have, pull up like the Awanda, account on the charts because it's integrated into TradingView
Mhm.
and I can calculate it that way.
To
Yep, so I'll take a short now here.
elbow, GJ.
Throw it
GJ
in the chat real quick.
trade. I might put stops a little higher. 1, 3.
A little higher. Okay,
Yeah, put stops at
05.
150, 050.
Yep, okay,
50,
TP.
050.
We can target 149.6 for TP.
Yep.
See how
9, 6.
that goes.
Then let me do. Yeah. Oh, this freaking computer is so delayed. See if I can get this in the get this inside the regular chat. Dude, one of the best features of Mac is just being able to copy and paste from your computer onto your phone.
Yep,
So I'm about, you know that you're doing that $250 account?
yep,
I want to get at least like 10 more people on that. So I'm going to announce it again today and just try to get people on it for next week. And then whoever signs up for it next week, like that's pretty much it. Stop.
okay.
49, 60. Yeah, that's pretty much it. GJ. I feel like I'm formatting this wrong. Oh no, it's good. Yeah, no, we're good. Nice. NZD CAD triggered here, hit sell limit. Let me see what sell limit was on NZD CAD. Inside. Let's see this. Guys, who gave out the sell limit in the signal room? Is that Tommy? Because I know I didn't give one out. Cool. This. Move up a bit. Oh yeah, he gave out NZD CAD sell limit, Euro USD sell limit. In the chat. So yeah, we have this thing hiking back a bit. Oh shit.
Might be getting caught off sides here, we'll see.
Yes, we shall see. Have this one on here. GU. Yeah, if this does come up and hit stops, I would love to get in on GU because GU is gonna probably move up if this thing moves up.
Right,
And then this is nothing. And then EU too if it does hike up a bit. Yeah, so so if this thing doesn't play out well, then we have two other opportunities to look at.
yep,
What more can we kind of go over? Can we go over with this right now? Like different examples or stuff, or because you have a bunch of friggin' screenshots and stuff like that.
Yeah, let me pull up the, I can pull up the screenshot. I can actually send it to you since you're already sharing, might be easier that way than going back and forth.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Because I can send a decent example of the trade I took for a flat VWAP. So I just put the screenshot in the chat.
Let's see. This was a short that you took from the
Yeah,
top.
the short on the UCAD. Yep.
See, this is looking nice.
Right. So this thing, it stayed pretty flat for, most of the London session to New York. And so I just waited for price to kind of push up to, to the extremes at the top, which is also that point of control. You got that initial rejection, we just waited for that bearish momentum to kick in, and then shorted right off that bearish engulfing on the 5-minute. So I didn't get in off the initial rejection. I was just away from the charts, but I did get in on the following candle that I marked there. But yeah, that'd have been a great entry just to kind of go off that first bearish candle rejection off the 2SD there.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously you got the point of control here. You don't even really need to, since you're just trading the New York session closely, you really don't need to do top down analysis, really.
No, not a ton. Like I said, I still will pop up to the 30-minute, maybe the 4-hour every like once a week or like the beginning of the week, just to get a bird's eye view of kind of what's going on. But yeah, just because I am more focused on the intraday trades, I am kind of just relying on just trusting the zones, obviously, that we have marked for context, and then just relying on the VWAP for entries and exits for during the sessions.
The WAP. So guys, anyone on the call while we're waiting for this to play out, if you guys want us to cover anything, any lessons, as you can see, we're really only trading using the VWAP and the market profile. Right now there's no material on it inside of the course, so we'll in the future be adding some stuff on it because it is relatively new to myself. Brian's been training it around how many, like 5 months now or something?
Yeah, I mean, I studied the theory around it for around 4 months, and then been trading live for about 4 months now. Pretty much beginning of the year I started, so
Nice.
still fresh myself, but it makes sense. I think the VWAP was just the biggest thing to back test. Drawing the volume profile, you can pick that up pretty quick, but getting a handle of the VWAP and how to trade the two strategies and just anticipating possible shifts just takes time. And like I said, it also varies per pair, so definitely good to just obviously always put the time in, study, practice, and just get a feel for it.
Yes, sir. All right, so want to send me some, I just want to see some more screenshots because I'm just trying to build up the fucking
Yeah, I can send you a couple
some knowledge.
more.
Send over some more. Oh, shit. It's a beautiful day, man.
It is.
Oh. Beautiful day out here in the hood.
Florida hood.
Dude, I made that drive last night to see those kids, bro. Man, some people got some money, dude.
Yeah, he wasn't hurting too bad.
No, his pops is like a prosthodontist or something.
Yeah,
So he's dude, they basically have what me and it's actually pretty crazy. They have what me and Nick have, except if me and Nick invested like 10 million in like cars and equipment into the place.
just a little bit more, just a little bit more.
Yeah, like it's like the most ideal man cave. They've got like massage chairs in there and shit. Like it's fucking wild, dude.
That's funny.
Well, we've got an influx of people. Maybe someone's sharing the link illegally.
Uh-oh.
Fucking assholes. I don't even care.
We're not that popular.
No. Let's see. But like 10 people just joined. So someone definitely shared a link somewhere or something.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. Is it the usual Wednesday
What is everyone like?
session?
Was everyone like robot? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It is 9 o'clock. I didn't even realize. So that's actually fine because then we could continue to monitor this. How did it take a U-turn? Why? How did it take a U-turn? Hey, Ash, be patient. My man's on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, so what we're monitoring right now, guys, is as long as we're below this center area, we're below our resistance zone right here. We're respecting this. What would you call this, Brian? The second standard deviation? What is this?
The first one's a half. Yeah, half standard
A
deviation.
half?
Yep. So the dark band's the half, the light blue is a 1 standard deviation, and then, yeah, 1.5 and 2.
A 1.5 and 2. So yeah, let me pull up some of these screenshots real quick. So I just want to see. Could you please talk GA? I don't really trade GA. Let's see this. Let's run through. So we'll cut it and start in like 2 minutes, Brian. Me and Nick will just start doing the normal spiel.
Yep, all good.
Got this here. So let me see. So yeah, these are like rock star trades out here. You got
But again, just like the confluence is there. You know, you can see the trend, rejection off the VWAP. Just wait for that second pullback and enter on that bearish momentum.
these are where it gets tricky. I've got to study these a bit more. Oh, I think Nick is in here. Let's see.
There we go. Video's blocked also.
How did it take? Yeah, I set that up. Let me see.
Like Bollinger Band's on crack.
This.
I actually used to run a strategy that was similar to this. Not using VWAP, but using the bands, lower time frame stuff.
Use.
5 minute.
I don't want to let you do video. Here we go.
So this is, there we go.
How did it take you?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, this is where I need to figure out more trading the outside of the bands. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just flat.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's really it. Just making sure the VWAP's flat. The bands will probably be a little bit tighter versus like a trending day. So the bands and the zones will be a little bit smaller than usual. That's really it. It's just letting price get up to the to that second standard deviation, and then you know you can either enter right away or just wait for the momentum to reverse.
What's the range on this?
Yeah, dude,
That
this is fucking sweet.
What do you mean, Nick? Range of what?
yeah,
Pips?
I see what time frame you're on. Yeah, I want to know the pips.
Just 5 minutes.
So I'm usually on the 5 minute. Obviously it varies. I focus more on GU and UCAD. And what do you want, pips from like edge to edge, or?
Yeah, just edge to edge. I just trying to see how the distance that this was.
You can see it here. It's like 20 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips.
Yeah. Okay, so it's actually pretty damn good. Wow. That's
Yeah,
a lot of
it's like
movement.
intraday. It's not really scalp.
Right. But yeah, that's a good amount of pips though. That's really what I wanted to know.
Yep. Yeah, when I'm taking trades, my stops are still, averaging 15 pips
Yeah, that's
for UCAT and GU. I'm not scalping like 5 pip trades.
Like Brian, you see this one?
Yep.
these landscapers are killing me.
This one right here. So you took the long here, the long here. Now, where did you put your stops on this one? You put it outside of this band, or you just kind of like maintained it?
I maintained it, but I did have my stops at that edge value at 253.
Yeah, like
Right,
down,
because it's like,
down here.
yeah, yep. Just because that was like below structure, because that was just with some basic price action from early in the morning the day before.
Yeah, that's what I was
There's some
trying to
structure there.
understand. Because you don't really want to put them per se here, because there's nothing to put them here for. Or I guess there is.
Right.
It's better to utilize these zones.
Yep. Yeah, I took a lot of drawdown in this trade. This one was definitely one of the harder ones to manage, but it ended up playing out. Like I had faith in it. Right, because we had a bit of a trend established at the VWAP and the half standard deviation, and right, things are at the edge of value. But we obviously had that quick dump at the right before things popped up. So
What did
ended
you
up playing out.
You scaled in again on this? When you're scaling in, so your original orders are like 0.5s, and then you're scaling in with like what?
Yeah, so the first 2 positions were a half each, and then that last position I scaled in another 1%, just because I had confidence that price found support, it popped back into value. Even if you want to draw that trend line on that retracement, it broke that trend. If you want to look at it that way too, from a visual standpoint. So
looking back at GU or GJ now, it's obviously back at this level now. So would you scale in if this thing flops over, or we would just let it ride?
yeah, like since it only skipped on like half, yeah, if that consolidation pattern broke, I'd probably throw in another 0.5%.
Pile in the halves. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so what is going on, everybody? So we were just doing the session for the signal room, and then I didn't even realize that we had this session today because me and Brian started at what, like 8:15. So I totally forgot that we had the session today because I'm like, all these random people are joining up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Get flooded, right? And you're like, oh shit, it's Wednesday.
but yeah, we'll you can pretty much get started, everyone. So in the signal room, we're looking for trades. When me and Nick do the Wednesday sessions and Sundays, I do give out some trades on these sessions, but mainly it's just kind of analysis, just looking at the higher time frames and then going down to the lower time frames, helping you guys understand structure a bit more. So that being said, the session's already been recorded. So Nick, if you want to, hop on and kind of get started, me and Brian will just continue to monitor the trades for the signal room. And if we see kind of anything else, remember guys, we're watching GJ now for this short. And then if this stops, we have GU and then EU to the upside. If this thing does manage to hike up, this would be the best. This, in my opinion, would be a fucking great trade. This one, if it came up.
All right, so we'll go through normal analysis. We'll circle back and see where these trades are at.
Yeah. We're just gonna do the normal session in the background. Me and Brian will manage it.
Perfect. All right, guys. Cool. So
I'm gonna give you you can share it.
All right, cool. Should be able to. Hey, you guys can see my chart?
Clouds going?
Yeah, man. Can you guys see my chart?
Yeah, we see.
Yeah. Okay, good. Cool, cool. All right, so we're gonna start off with DXY like we normally do. And this is essentially just showing us the dollar strength here. So this is the US dollar. We don't trade this. We use this more so as an indicator, and we got to use it to gauge a bias for the week, because whatever the trend is here, typically on the daily or 4 hour, we're probably going to see that carry into the week. Okay, so this is definitely the chart to look at. Again, it makes up for 80% of all trade. This is just the US dollar strength we're looking at. So we're here on the daily. Let's see where price action's been, where it's at now, and what zones we've broken or are holding at. Okay, so recently we were very bearish, right? The dollar was falling off for a little while here. Pretty heavy, blowing through support levels, consolidating at lows, breaking support, retesting as resistance, and so on. And we saw that happen all the way down here. We had this break of the monthly, 91.5. We retest as a lower high, started to push lower, but then we found support at 90 flat, started to transition, blew through the monthly, gave us a higher low, and now we're bullish on the daily time frame, because this transition right here, right? We broke this lower high, we tested and confirmed with a higher low, now we're bullish. Simple as that. All right, so that's the daily time frame. Let's now go to the 4 hour and see what's going on here. Okay, so on Sunday, for all you that know and that joined, we do the analysis then, and we go over 2 trade scenarios. So this is what we thought was going to potentially happen for DXY this week. This 91.95 handle right here, the support zone, was kind of the deciding level. It was either going to continue to range or bounce or something, or break through to the downside. And what we saw happen was clearly a break, right? We consolidated a little bit more, kind of danced around between these 2 levels, and it finally broke. Good conviction here, nice bearish momentum. We broke through 91.5, and now we're pretty much looking for a little bit of a retest of this level, and then a continuation down towards our monthly at 91.5. Okay, so pretty much bearish on DXY right now. Still very much bearish. Could pop up a little bit and then drop. But yeah, we'll see. So that's DXY. Let's move on to AU, first actual pair. Okay, this one broke out. And this makes sense, guys, because, USD pairs, I mean, obviously, if USD starts to move, we'll see AU start to move. And, if DXY starts to drop, we'll see AU start to appreciate, and vice versa, relatively. So good to know. It played out exactly as we expected with DXY. Very good. So let's go to the daily time frame. Let's back up a second here. Overall, we are very bullish. Okay, the key zone that we want to be aware of is this weekly right here, 0.76. As long as we're above this zone, we're bullish on the daily, right? This is that level. It's holding price action all in this area. So as long as we're above it, we're bullish. If we break below it, then we're transitioning to the bears, to the downside. Okay, so very much bullish. Let's go to the 4 hour now. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we were actually bearish for a while as it was approaching this zone, 0.76 again, right at our weekly. But then, we found support here, a good amount. We had some false breakouts here. It is basically consolidating, or was, until we saw this breakout. So we're getting some lower highs, a little bit of tighter consolidation here. Found a double bottom. The bull stepped in, broke the pattern, broke this little lower high right here, and shot up towards 0.768. So this was perfect. It actually played out, followed this line perfectly. It was one of our trade ideas. And now we're at a high, right? So what happens from here? Either it's going to bounce, it's going to shoot back down, and then you could look to enter on a higher low, potentially, if it presents itself, right? Something like that. Or wait for this to continue higher, and then look for it to breach this new zone. Again, looking for a higher low to continue higher on. Okay, but for right now, this pretty much is a completed trade. This would have been our target. So really how it reacts here is going to determine where we go next for AU. Okay, so essentially break or bounce is what we're looking for at 0.768. Pretty good though. Pretty good trade. Definitely showing some life. So let's jump back.
Hit that
Yeah,
level
right.
so many fucking times.
I know it really has. It's just consolidation is kind of annoying sometimes, but this is what I want to show you guys. So we zoomed out to the daily here. We know we were at the bottom of this whole structure here, right? Like clearly this has potential to shoot up towards this level, 0.78. So that's probably going to be our first target, right? Especially if we're continuing with this little bit of this rally right here, right? If we see another higher low on a lower time frame, proper confirmations, this is going to definitely be one of our targets, 0.78. Okay, and then so on if we see continuation to the upside. But for right now, that's where we're at. So let's jump over to AJ. Next pair, daily time frame. It's going to be pretty similar to AU. Overall, pretty bullish on the daily here. You know, pretty large area of consolidation, like a lot of ranging here. You can see huge swings, but generally bullish, right? And the key zone here in the middle of the structure is going to be this weekly at 83.3. So with that sentiment in mind, let's drop to the 4-hour. All right, so yeah, so huge freaking range, guys. This thing actually formed a lower high on the daily. That's what this is right here. Lower high, and then it pushed lower, and then found support at 83.3. That's our kind of deciding level in the middle of the structure here. So again, the analysis was put out on Sunday. We thought it was either going to break or bounce, and it actually bounced here. It did look like it was going to drop, but then we started seeing some wicks, and then of course this giant engulfing kind of faked it out. So 83.3 effectively held. We're not going to see further downside pressure just yet. Instead, it reversed, right? Nice transition there on the engulfing. Lower time frame. Okay. So now we're approaching 84.15 again. I think it still has some momentum. It's definitely going to push into this zone. And then we're going to reanalyze at that point. Because then we're going to be faced with the same decision that we just saw in AU. You know, it's either going to break or bounce at a key level. And that's going to determine a lot. Because if it bounces, you can continue to see this range between 83.3, 84.15. Then you could adjust your strategy, maybe take some, you know, intraday trades, lower time frame stuff to catch this range. Or if it breaks, we're literally just looking for a nice higher low. Anything like this, so a break, retest, confirmed higher low, strong momentum, preferably not this much consolidation, but simply just a nice break, retest, higher low to enter on would be absolutely perfect. So something like this. Right, generally something like that. Break, retest, higher low, entering long on some strong bullish setups, targeting prior highs like this 0% here, and then you know, potentially higher. So that's where we're at on AJ right now. Definitely looking bullish, but we're not going to jump into anything prematurely. We're going to wait for the right confirmations, wait till we're at an area where with a little bit of a better probability. So that's AJ. Let's move on to UJ. This one's actually playing out pretty good too, just as expected. All right, so overall daily time frame very bullish. We know UJ has been super overextended and is actually due for a pullback. And then as we saw on DXY, started to pull back. So is UJ. So this is a good sign. Very good sign. But again, very steep bullish trend here. We fibbed from the low conviction to the high up here close to 111.5. We had a clean reversal from there. Price action pretty much just stopped as soon as we hit this level. Started giving some indecision candles. Then the bear stepped in and pushing down. So overall, very bullish. We're looking for structure to form at 38.2. Let's go to the 4-hour now and see what we can find. All right, so we know we're bullish. We want to continue with that trend. We're looking for longs first and foremost. So let's go ahead and square this up a little bit. Actually want to bring these fibs in so I can see a little bit better. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the structure we're working with right now. Just bring this over, square everything up. All right, cool. All right, so this is the high, right? Price action reversed from there. Clearly very overextended, started pulling back. We did the analysis when price action was here. It was either going to drop to form structure or the rally wasn't, you know, finished. We hadn't formed our, you know, true high yet potentially. So we were looking to potentially enter on a higher low here if the transition occurred right above 110. Because it's such a psychological level, you know, we were willing to, you know, potentially enter if the confirmation is there. But that didn't happen. It pushed lower back into this range, heading back down towards 38.2. It's honestly in a great area right now. I think it's going to take a little bit more time here before we see it pop back to the upside. So look for this to fully meet the bottom of this range, 38.2, maybe consolidate like something over here. And then we're looking for transitions. You know, look for you know, a nice higher low right before a breakout, conviction on the breakout, and then of course a higher low above 109.2 to enter on. And then we'll target towards prior highs, back up towards 0%, and then of course 111.5. So this is going to be an amazing trade, guys. Just wait for this one. Actually, I can update this now and in terms of the visuals. Let's go. Boom. All right, cool. All right, so this is where we're at. This is what we're looking for, guys. This is the trade that we're interested in. Okay, it's coming down, forming structure, waiting to see something happen here. A bounce, looking to get in on a transition, either here. If again, if the confirmations are there, this one will be a little early. Maybe we could use a reduced position if we're still a little wary. But the more conservative entry would be here on a breakout or retest of 1092. All right, so that's UJ looking pretty good. And this could be a massive freaking trade, guys. I mean, this is just going to be, almost 300 pips, 285 from the low there. Stop loss would be relatively tight. This would be a pretty damn good trade. So yeah, we'll wait for that. We'll see what UJ does. We'll see how DXY reacts the rest of this week, and make some good plays, hopefully. All right, so next is EJ, daily time frame. Let's get to it. What's going on here? Overall, super bullish, as we know, has been for a while. I mean, just look at the chart. There's nothing here that says bearish, guys. Literally nothing. Maybe this just a pullback, but honestly, it's so bullish. It's going to take a lot to shake that trend. So with that in mind, let's go to the 4-hour. Square this up. All right, so this is essentially acting as a giant range as well. We do have tighter consolidation right here, right on this 4-hour. You can see that this is clearly 4-hour consolidation. But if you just literally just take a step back, you can see that this has been ranging for a while on the daily. Price action's been bouncing. This is essentially, indecision. So we're getting these smaller swings in this huge bit of structure here. Pretty much doesn't really know where it's going. So that's why where price action is now, is very key, because we have a chance to break to the upside, which could lead to further highs, new highs pretty much, which we're looking to reach. Okay, so from here, it's either going to continue to range, start to push and rally to the upside, or break lower and start to pull back. Okay, because we know we're overall bullish in the higher time frames, we're definitely favoring a long outlook here. So wait for a higher low, either just above this resistance, 136 would be beautiful. This is essentially what it would look like. Right to the upside, higher low, boom, we're in. And then you could target the -27, -61.8. And yeah, those would be your targets. So pretty good trade if this played out. Could continue to range, so I'm not going to advise taking a trade in this range. That's totally up to you if you want to play that. But if it drops, let's say it breaks lower, look for this lower high, and then short, and then target all these support levels on the way down. 100% being probably one of your last stops. All right, so that's EJ right now, which is just, dude, EJ loves to consolidate, man. Once it commits to consolidation, it just sits there.
Yeah, it's been sitting there for what, 5 days or
Since
longer?
the beginning of April. If you want to count this bit of structure right here, April 1st, all this, it's been in these two zones since literally, like April 1st right here, which is busted. April Fools, guys, right? So yeah, it's been consolidating for a while. That's no new trait of EJ. It's it's definitely been a characteristic for a while. Whatever EJ commits to, it does, and it holds it for a while. So we'll wait and see. We've been in a situation like this before. We literally sat in a month of consolidation a couple months ago during all that bullshit. Where'd it go? Yeah, this crap here. So we literally sat through all this consolidation. This is the daily, guys, from December to January 6th. Hell of a long time before we actually saw any serious movement. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got our trade set out for us. We know what we're looking for. And yeah, that's pretty much it for EJ. So let's check chat real quick. Stop being a pussy, just short it now. Just short it. Only shorts. All right, I'm going to wrap this up with gold, and then I'll pass this off to Angelo. This one's looking pretty good. Daily time frame to start. Overall, super bearish, right? We were holding, as long as we were above 1800, we were bullish. We knew that on the higher time frames because the weekly and monthly are obviously very bullish. Gold has been appreciating for a while. But on the daily here, as soon as we hit 2000, or is it 2070 up here? Yeah, they're about from Corona. this thing has kind of just been falling back. And this 1800 level was pretty much our last level of support for this daily bullish structure. And then it fell out. So we're definitely bearish on the daily now. It fell right to our monthly, 1675. Beautiful level. So a double bottom, started pushing higher. And, you know, now we're showing more bulls and bears right now. You know, we're breaking out of this little trend here, breaking these lower highs. So let's drop to the 4-hour now and see what happens. Is this going to be a real breakout to the upside? Are we just getting screwed around a little bit and then the biggest dump ever is going to come? What's going to happen, right? We're on the 4-hour. Let's see. So we have been consolidating for a little bit, just trying to figure out where it wants to go. Tons of indecision all throughout this. Let's see. But we did get a little break to the upside here. Didn't give us the higher low that we really wanted. I really wanted to see this level hold a little better. 1737 area. But, you know, we're back above it now. So if we see a higher low from this right here, literally, if we see this form a little bit more of a wick, see some bullish candle step in, this could be a long opportunity right here. This could literally be an entry right in here, guys. If this plays out right in the next couple hours, we'll see. And then you could enter target higher towards 1765 area or 1762 area, back up toward 1800 essentially. All right, so that could be a pretty big trade. Let me see how many pips this could be, about 500 pips. So that could be something special. It could be a good trade. Wait for the confirmations. Just want to see the higher low. Dude, this guy. And then if this
What pair is
continues,
this? Gold?
yeah, this is gold. So if we break back below this consolidation, we're literally just looking for a lower high. Something with conviction, lower high to kind of give us, this would honestly be better right here. Lower high below this range. Right in this little pocket over here. This would be beautiful. So if we saw that, guys, that will give us the okay to then short. And then we're going to target back down towards our monthly at 1675. And then reanalyze and take it from there. So yeah, so that's gold. Quick recap from me, guys. I covered DXY, AU, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold.
Nice. All right.
Everything
so
here's got a sentiment except
So guys, that GJ trade, it did hit stops. So we're gonna come on and cover what the next potential trade can be on here. So GJ pushed up. We were in this sell from this level, pushed up now, back testing this high. So nothing on GJ at the moment. Let's see. For our gold. Yeah, well, I'm gonna pull up gold again really quickly. Gold.
yeah, definitely has some potential for a long there.
Take this off.
Looking good. I see it, Sumi. I see it.
For yeah, I mean, I wouldn't long, but I guess Sumi's.
Well, no, yeah.
He's got the tools. Sumi's got the
Couple
tools.
confirmations away.
Yeah, like I would not be trying to long this right now. Let's go to UCAD first. Let's go to the daily time frame. So again, guys, we're just kind of covering the higher time frame stuff on this call, giving you guys a breakdown of how we kind of get to the lower time frame and make decisions here. So going into the week, for everyone that was on the Sunday call with UCAD, this has just been in a downtrend, you know, overall, making lower lows, making lower highs, making lower lows. We're not trying to, you know, get too into the details here. We're just trying to have an overall view of this. Now we're in this next potential lower high area, starting to push down. We broke this window. We broke below the support level right here, boom, and now we're respecting this level. 1, 2, long wick here 3 times. So it'd be nice to potentially catch a short below this area. Coming down now to the 4-hour time frame as well. Again, we're just in this like entire range right here. Yesterday pushed up, or the last whatever 8 candles pushed up, long wick to the upside, respected this high. So now we're still sitting below this lower high area. As you can see, we're testing this resistance quite well, and this is all the way up on the 4-hour. So coming down to the 30-minute, you know, what would I have to see to kind of start taking trades on this, guys. I mean, this is in an uptrend on the 30-minute time frame. Broke this resistance level, pushed up, made this new high, pushed down, had this higher low. Now we just pushed up to this new high. So we're above this resistance level right now. So I'm not personally going to take any trades on this at the moment. I'm just going to kind of sit on the sidelines. Again, this isn't on like my main watch list right now. It's on my secondary list, but I am looking for potential shorts on this unless we start to hike kind of a bit higher here. So nothing doing on this. Usap is looking a little bit better. Let's start up all the way on the weekly time frame. So coming into this week, had this huge push down last week, closed below the support level, acting as a resistance now. And then let's go down to the daily time frame, pushed up to this high, broke the minor support level, pushed down, broke this support level. Now we're retesting this area. Obviously, it broke all of this as well. So I'm definitely pretty bearish on this USAP 4-hour time frame as well. Trending, very bearish. Broke the support, retest, broke the support, retest, and then now we're back in kind of that same area, looking whether we can find another point of resistance to push again to another low, and then coming down all the way to the 30-minute time frame. Where would be a nice area to enter on this? Really, we're looking to enter up in this area right now. We're rejecting the resistance. We're rejecting this high. If I get a closure below kind of this area, we'll look for something like this. So again, this is just the point of this call, guys, just building up like a trade idea, starting all the way on the higher time frame. We usually use when we're taking more like swing trades, the 4-hour and the daily to break down structure. So obviously structure is very bearish on this time frame, and then coming out of the 30-minute looking for execution, just looking for simple breaks and retests, throw stops above this level. If this were to actually push down, we throw stops right here at about 15, and then we start to target, these lows. First, we target this level, the support level, and then we target down here for this low. So this is a little trade idea on USAP. I'm going to move this one over, and then let's go to the main watch list. Let's get back in on GJ. This thing's pushing back up. So let's see what happened on this one. We're at the support level. Obviously, a lot of consolidation is going on right here. Let's bump all the way up to the weekly. And kind of going into this week on Sunday, I did mention that obviously price pushed down, but we're testing this like major support level here on the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame pushed up, pulled back, closed at this level, pushed up, pulled back. Now we're closing at this level again. So just in regards to what structure looks like, on the weekly time frame, definitely testing support. And then the daily time frame, we pushed all the way up to this level, pushed down, broke this like minor support level, but we're still holding above this support level that I have drawn here, which is based on, I'm not going to go over it too much on this call, but it's based on these volume areas that we're using now that I had drawn. And again, I'm not going to cover it too much on here, but in the signal room, we're going over it like every single session now. So this is a strong area of support. Realistically, coming down to the 4-hour, our idea was to continue this 4-hour trend. 4-hour trend was very bearish. Push below support, push down, retest as resistance. Had this push down. We're respecting this level over and over and over again. Pushed below, and then we had that break, retested this level right here, bearish engulfing, and then we were we were looking for it to continue to push low. Obviously it didn't, which is completely fine. Now it's coming back up. Whether we'll get in on another potential entry opportunity on this or not, we'll have to see. I want to start to play it once it gets back to this high point. So this area obviously previously was rejected quite well. Once it gets back to this high point now, we'll look for another potential trade on that. But GU is a little bit far away. At this point, let's take a look at GU, because GU I actually want to potentially get in on an order based on where it's at right now. So let's see. 1 second. All right, so we'll do a little top down on this one. Going into the week, we were very bearish, broke the support level here, pushed down, pushed back up to retest this as resistance. So the weekly time frame is bearish. Had that break and retest. So this thing is confirmed bearish on this time frame. Daily time frame, and I have these marked out, like these lines, just to help you guys understand structure a bit better. Push to this low, pulled back, had this like double top, push to this low, pulled back. Now we push down. Going into the week, it was like either we're gonna just push to a new low or pull back again to retest and form another lower high. Clearly, we're pulling back again right now. So we're still like bearish on this, but we're looking, where is this next potential area where we could get a sell-off from. I'm just gonna take this off for now, take this off for now. So coming down to the 4-hour time frame, we had this like little flip, broke the resistance, retested as support. Obviously, a lot of buyers are stepping in at the moment. So, I would only be buying down here. I'm only going to be selling up here. We're trying to sell, like they say, simply at the highs, buy at the lows. But coming down to a lower time frame and just kind of getting down into some of the tools we've been using more recently, we have this break of support right here that it's retesting, have this like resistance, the center of control right here as well. And again, this is stuff normally we're not doing on this live session. Normally it's in the, we're gonna be doing this in the signal room, but for the sake of potentially taking a trade, I just wanna look at how this thing is moving in this area. Basically, if we get some nice rejection right here, bearish engulfing, something, we're gonna look for a potential trade on GU. Stops are going to be around 10 pips outside of this level. And then we're just going to target these lows again. So long story short, guys, I'm pretty bearish on GU from the higher time frame down into the lower time frame. So we'll see how this one plays out. Let's go to EU as well. And I haven't even checked DXY a bit. So DXY is still just like free falling out here. This is 4-hour. Yeah, and DXY broke below the support now. So DXY is definitely pretty bearish right now. Let's go to EU. Let's take all this off. Let's bump up to the weekly right here. I'm gonna go all the way up to this time frame. All right, so everyone expected EU to find support around this area, and then EU just pushed like so much lower. Everyone was trying to buy up here, and then it dropped 240 pips. So at this point, what are we doing with EU? We're about to retest a serious level. I marked this down. Obviously, structure. We had this low, lower high, this low, lower high, retested this lower high, pushed down, made this lower high, this double top here, pushed down, and then now we hiked all the way back up, and we're retesting this high again. So pretty much for me, if price breaks this level, that's when I'll start to try to buy. If price holds below this level, then I'm going to continue to look for sells. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, we're just really overextended. We're all the way at this high. On the Sunday call, there was actually a trade idea given out. I didn't personally take it, but it was pretty much right here. I wish I took it, and it went really well. So I don't know if anyone was on the call on Sunday and took this trade or watched it play out. Pretty much the idea behind it was this was bullish, broke resistance, pushed up, broke resistance, pushed up, and then we have this area where this resistance level was broken, came back, retested it, bullish engulfing, retested it, bullish candle, retested it, bullish candle. So ton of like just confirmation here that the trend was going to continue, and then it did. It hiked all the way back up now to this high. So we'll see. I don't want to take any trade, like any long opportunities right now. Personally, I like to take like a continuation when it retests like a major 4-hour level. If anything, I'm looking for reversals here at this high point, and it's not really near like a potential trade right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit more on this one, and I'll update you guys. I'll update you guys inside of the signal room, because I'm gonna see this one playing out. So let's go to, I have 2 more pairs that I'm gonna go over. Let's cover NU right here. This thing's fucking flying right now. We've got this weekly time frame. Oh yeah, you're muted. All right,
Yeah,
so
it's so loud.
we've got NU push below support. Now we're coming back up to retest that level. So this would be a good area to kind of short from, guys. We're coming back up to test the structure level here, which is good. Coming down to the daily. We had this drawn and this thing pushed. Damn, this thing really moved off this level. It was 70 pips. So every time frame below the weekly is bullish. Daily time frame is bullish. 4-hour time frame broke into a bullish trend clearly right here, forming these higher lows. So when am I, what am I going to do with this? It's one of two things. Either it's going to come back and retest this level and we're going to long, or it's going to come up and retest our weekly idea right here and we're going to go short. So that's how you kind of play both sides of the market, guys. Either looking for the resistance up here to be met and then ultimately grab some sort of order at this level, or price comes down, forms a nice lower high like Nick was going over on his, and then we can get in on a long opportunity. We're not going to just start buying now. At this point right now, I'm not going to just put a buy here. We're just sitting at a high point and it's going to continue to kind of move to the upside until it finds some sort of resistance. So again, I'm not thrilled about a buy here. If anything, what I would have done is, like, after this huge spike up, I would have put a buy limit here and tried to get it. But as you can see, it didn't even reach that. So yeah, at this point, I'm just going to wait on this one a bit. Let's go over to Usap. So this is what we talked about. This thing's breaking down a bit here. So I guess we already covered Usap. So this thing's breaking down a bit here. Let me just come up real quick to the higher time frame. Again, higher time frame broke support, retest as resistance. 4-hour time frame, same thing. Potential lower high area here. Coming down now all the way to the 30. So yeah, we're just gonna wait on this one. If this thing closes below the support level here, I want to see another candle close. Then we'll have a lot of conviction here. And then what I like to do, like we have marked, is I like to just throw my sell limit at the best possible entry area to get this. And then from there, we'll look to take a short. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the pairs that I wanted to go over for today. For you guys, if anyone has any questions, feel free to post in the chat. As always, guys, the session is for you guys. The session's for you guys. We could really cover anything you want here, but I'm pretty much good. What would you say the main pair that you're looking at right now? The main setup.
Probably. Well, AUAG's pushing up. UJ probably UJ trade. Waiting for it to push a little bit lower, and then gold, seeing if it plays out. So I got UJ dropped a little bit lower, which lines up with your Usap trade, and then I'm waiting for some sort of reversal about 50 pips lower.
And these things are just strong as hell right now.
Yeah, shit's
EU's getting strong. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. Little update for everyone. As you see in the chat, we've got quite a few things going on right now. Obviously, the account management with FX Seed. We had a little sale going on for Forex League, the 40% off. I believe it's sold out. We did 10 spots for it. So we did a little sale. I believe it's sold out now. I'm gonna update that in the chat. Then yesterday, there's so many people freaking impersonating the accounts right now. It's actually
it's insane.
Yeah,
it's all right, guys. You guys are here, so you guys know. Obviously, you guys know which links to click and which ones are real. But anyone other than NickDogFX, Forex League, or Saved by FX on Instagram is a scammer if they're pretending to be us or representing us. Because we're not going to reach out to you like asking for money. It's just not going to happen. It's like the IRS calling you. It's just not going to happen.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell though. The one the one account that was my account, I literally thought it was me.
Oh my God.
Someone sent it to me and I was like, dude, that's me. And then I was like, wait, like that's not.
Because there's a couple accounts. One's called like Nick Dark Binary Bulls. That is just a red flag in itself, guys. Clearly, that's not real.
The binary
Or-
bulls.
Yeah, binary bulls. There's so many. Even on you got to watch on Telegram too. There's this guy. It's like Nick Dark admin. That's a scammer. He's messaging people on Telegram, telling them he get like double their money or some bullshit.
Double their money.
Yeah, so like, just the only way to really, or the only way to know which ones are real is just those three. That's really it on IG.
Yeah, guys, don't be out here getting scammed by people.
Yeah, that's the worst. It's the worst. But notice the people that do get scammed are usually the greedy ones. Because like if you believe anyone who says they can double your money overnight, like
Overnight.
you know what I mean, and you send that guy $1,000 or $2, it's like, come on.
Yeah, it's like at that point you deserve to get scammed.
Yeah, right at that like. So he promised me $1 million. Whereas because somebody hit me up too, they got scammed and they messaged my page saying, "Give me my money back," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
So-
I actually just uploaded to the website last night a bunch of terms of service and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
What we really need is some verification on Instagram's part. That would eliminate half this shit, but
no, they don't
they
hook
don't
us
want
up.
to verify us. Yeah. So yeah, guys, another Wednesday completed. Hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. Hopefully this helped you guys a little bit. And hopefully
Yeah, I
you guys
mean
get some good-
the point of these sessions, guys, is kind of just to cover the basics. Do the top-down analysis. Sometimes we get into like why we use fibs, all that stuff. And then we're gonna start doing the live sessions in the Signal room. The New York live sessions is gonna be more intraday and scalping, and then the London session is gonna be just scalping basically. So, and then in the Signal room also we're giving out some swing trades. So we have a couple traders working in there, giving out positions. So we're gonna continue to focus on that. One of the traders is like giving out indices as well. So we'll keep everyone posted on obviously, the progress on everything. And if you guys need to reach out to us, the best place is really Discord. The Discord chat is really the best place because Telegram's packed, Instagram is packed. Like we barely answer messages on there ourselves. We have a assistant help us out with that at this point now. So yeah, join the Discord. If you're not in there, you could join it through the Telegram. If you're confused, you know what I mean, just post in the discussion chat and ask for help. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll be back. We'll be back on what's Sunday for the Sunday
Yeah.
Market Blitz.
Yep. That's right. That's the next free session.
Oh yeah, yeah, that'll be
So-
the next free one. Obviously Wednesdays kind of blends with the New York session with the Signal room and then you guys and whatever. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll upload the recording to YouTube afterwards, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.